Yeah.
He was pushing bags up, but now we pushing daisies. I remember I was counting up a meal in my Mercedes. I remember having dreams about a meal in a Mercedes. I remember I was waiting for a plug like a blessing. I remember them days on 12th and 22nd. I remember.
Fetty came home and said, I remember. And something put Fetty Wap back in his bag. I ain't mad at him. Fetty came home and did exactly what he was supposed to do. And it don't look forced. It don't look forced. It don't look like he was like searching for it. My man's probably had a plan. I mean, you know, every nigga that go to jail always say they got a plan when they come home, and then, you know, one good night turns into, you know, oh, we back down the slippery slope. But anyway, he came home and he got a new project called Xavier. It's like a hip hop classical. It's like doo-wop, but it's on some hip hop shit, and he got classics on there. But that song right there was I Remember. G Herbo, him, Smooth Beat. He debuted this song I think on Gilly's Them podcast a few weeks back. But yeah, he just came home, been on a mission, man. Everywhere, getting paid, looking good, smelling good, probably feeling good. You feel me? Doing what he need to do, man. But anyway, it's me,
Mac Daddy. Let me get it started. Talk my shit better.
I'm here. I'm back. I'm here. So just, you know, over the course of time, just a lot of stuff been going on. A lot of things that's been happening, especially around the world. And in a lot of places, I think, where we confide in places like I was having this conversation about like validation, like things that people need to be like validated. And I think social media or any like other content space platform is where people get like their validation from. Like back in the day, you used to go to school, and when you was in school, we didn't have access to each other as we do now. It was like you had to go to school to get what was popping, or you had to know somebody to know somebody to know somebody, but you had to physically, you know, do that, run into people, all that good shit, whatever, right? And you basically had to be there. They seen it happen, and then I guess it had its time, and it was over, and it was stories to be told, and it was other people to tell them. But in this day and age, everybody looking for like validation, and like you physically seeing like the work put in, if that makes sense. Like it's valid because I seen this person do this. Like I seen it with my own eyes. Okay, I seen that. Okay, that's the validation. It's done. It's over with. Now people expect all the rewards and validation with no work though. So every time you see somebody on social media, they looking for their content to be, you know what I'm saying, the validation. Like, you seen that? You got to give me my props. You got to give me my respect. Everybody's looking for it because they seeking this social media drug. And I seen it so much, like, in anything that we do. If a motherfucker get a good job, they going to hurry up and post it. If a motherfucker do something good, they going to hurry up and post it because they want motherfuckers to, like, be, like, on their side. Like, I want this person to be on my side. I want y'all to see me and be like, yeah, because they addicted to that. People are addicted to that. We've all fell victim to that. I think those who separate themselves and be able to see, like, oh, man, you know what? As long as I know what I did and what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, I think that's the validation. And, you know what I'm saying, the man upstairs, like, that's the validation. Or whoever you share your bed with, or you building your village with, that's the validation. And I think that's the only thing that you need to have, like, focus on. Like, don't focus on the people that's not inside your household or inside your village and seeking that validation. So if you disappoint, or if you're looking for validation from your father, mother, sister, brother, auntie, uncle, cousin, and y'all close knit, that's cool. But getting somebody else's validation for the work that you put in. Only you and the people around you know what work you put in. So if we are doing something and it's to be rewarded, the people that choose to see the work that these people put in, that's them giving them their validation for said work that is put in. That's all you can do. If you didn't put the work in, you can't expect the praise and the acknowledgement of what's been done. You can't do it. You ain't put the work in. Don't come to the party expecting all the gifts when you know that you didn't buy gifts last year. You know you didn't have no plans on getting gifts, and you know that you didn't put in on nothing in there. But you want all the praise. You want all the recognition. You want all that. You can't do that. Put the work out. If you are a rap artist, a barber, a stylist, a landscape person, car detail person, a tax person, if you a nurse or a doctor, a pill, like you sell and distribute pills, you sell advertisement, marketing, whatever it is that you do. You play basketball, you create content, you do a podcast, you do like I said, already said, music, whatever it is that you do, dog, that's you that gotta put out the work to get us the people that you want, that you looking for. Like if you a business and you're looking for those clientele, then that's your job to put your content out. It's not anybody else's job to keep sharing your video. No, you the one that's supposed to push people to share your video, or put it over there to share your music, or put it over there to share your haircut clips, or your makeup clips, or your school clips, or teaching clips, or dancing video, whatever it is. Like, you got to put that work in to get other people to recognize it if that's what you want to do. But if you're seeking that validation from the everyday Joe, nobody's going to care, because they got their own situation going on. And I think doing stuff like that and trying to seek validation from other people and then getting upset or having to try to defend what you did, like, we all live in this space. We all live in this. If what you did was to be recognized, we the people of said community would see it. So then, therefore, okay, now you say you got an argument. But if you just been sitting on your couch chilling and you put one video out, or you made one freestyle, or you did one tutorial, or you cut 1 yard, or you did one person's taxes, and now you expect everybody to pop up and show up to you, no, you got to put that work in. You got to put that work in. That's where the validation comes from, in those type of spaces. But personal validation shouldn't come from little Shaniqua that stay on the block over there. You looking for her to be like, oh, yes, I see you, girl. Like, no, she got her own shit going on. So you getting mad at her because she posting her struggles, which she shouldn't, but she posting her shit. And you thinking she getting motion, and she, you know what I mean? Like, that's how this thing rolls into, man. Pay attention to you and what you create and what you do, and then get the validation from that first, and then go out and try to pursue more and gain more and do your work. Put your work in, put your boots on the ground. Don't expect me to do or this person or that person to do that. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. Speaking of like validation and things that people say and or to get shit riled up. So recently Jay-Z has popped out with a few announcements and a few things that may be surprising to people, as far as us old heads, you know what I'm saying? Anybody that's like me up there in the 40s, you feel me? I'm 40. I'm actually 40. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Jay-Z popped out and says he's doing a show in New York. It's like three parts. I think he's doing Reasonable Doubt, and then he's doing another version of Reasonable Doubt, I think, and then he's doing like an And Friends. So the tickets is crazy. People been going crazy, this, that, and the third. So he pops out with that. not only does he pop out with that, but also everybody like, all right, why you just out of nowhere just popping out? Now you in GQ magazine photo shoots, taking crazy ass looking photos. He always been a funny looking motherfucker, but he's taking crazy ass photos or whatever. But then he does an interview. So he does his interview, and as he's doing the interview, it's him talking about, music, and him talking about, regular shit. That's how I feel like he do got like some type of music coming. I just don't know when or what, you know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely going to listen to it, do all that shit. But he says they start talking about the Drake and Kendrick, back and forth. And it was a very good interview. They talking about Drake and Kendrick. They going back and forth or whatever. And then they're saying, he, putting his input in on it. And he's saying like, yo, I think it's dumb. I think the whole battling thing is dumb. I think they should have did it. Not saying that they should have did it, but he just think battling now is like, and it's speaking from his older self now, because a lot of shit that I've done when I was younger, I don't really look at the same now that I'm older with kids and this, that, and the third. Anything else it look kind of funny. You know what I'm saying? Because of what you built or what you should have built by now. In a sense. So it looked funny when you sitting over here thinking that, you know what I'm saying, you the young, young gun with your pants down and doing all that shit and young. But you know what I mean? It do give off that vibe. It gives off that feel. It really does. But the essence of, I was just watching Wimby. It looked like he traveled. It just be looking weird. He look like a baby deer. The essence of battling is still like superior skill, iron sharpen iron type deal. So when you see that, it's like you talking about getting rid of that. But if you talking about getting rid of talking about somebody where it ruins this man's like personal junk, like that's different. I could understand that point of view, but how you saying it is like, yo, a blanketed statement like, battling is nasty, we should stop doing it, in a sense. But it's like the layers of it is, all right, boom. I agree with battling iron sharpen iron, but I don't agree with calling somebody a certain thing and it's not true. But now everybody's labeling this person that, and now you got to carry that, and that's how people do. You know what I mean? I get what he's saying, but then also get where it's like in battling, it's like you can't tell me how to respond or you can't tell me how to take off. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm minding my business, right, and somebody come out of nowhere and punch me, you can't tell me how to respond. But also in the person that did the punching, I can't tell you how to throw whatever punch you may secretly want to throw. I can't tell you how to do that. So when you talking about battling in that layer, like I respect it. Like I'm gonna talk about and do it and say what I need to say if I feel like it, because I feel like my lyrics or what my information is this. But also, like I said, I also agree with it's nasty work. It is nasty. It looks funny. It sounds funny, but it's very entertaining, and that's the validation that you get from everybody. In the world is you hear that part, you hear you get it catchy, you see this, you do that, and then it's like, all right, everybody on it, and then you got to choose to respond. So I mean, in the sense of him saying that, I think that's what he was talking about. But I also don't think that if somebody say something or he's not, or Jay-Z I'm speaking of, is not familiar with his catalog by saying like I hear the sneak disses or the blanketed disses that you say to people regardless, and you up there. So you 50 and you still may be or say something that's kind of like so I don't think he meant the essence of battling in that aspect, but that's how it sounded. By just saying like, oh, if you look at that and you see that and it's like is you saying that we shouldn't battle? It had battle rappers in an uproar. It had a lot of people in kind of an uproar by saying like, hey, yo, is you thinking that you can't say that, Jay? Like, we make our bones off battling. This is what we do. And that's why I'm saying I don't think he was attacking that part of battling. I think he was talking about the clownness, the, saying this and saying that about this person and that person and making it like a form of The View. Like we slinging mud, but it's like, I know your deepest, darkest secrets, and then I'm gonna say that. and I'm gonna put it in a creative form as far as we battling, but you really and truly, you shouldn't be like, I shouldn't be saying that shit. If you got some shit like that, like, first of all, if it's some ill shit, you know what I'm saying, dealing with the youth, you should be put where you need to be put. But if it's some shit where, you know, you ain't supposed to be talking about it, you know what I mean, on some locker room shit, bro, you ain't supposed to be putting that shit in raps. So I get that part. I do understand that part fully. But I don't think Jay-Z was speaking from that point about that. Like, I think he was just saying, like, the nasty part in battling should be done away with. But we in an entertaining space. Speaking of entertaining space, my man Drewski put out the skit where he's dressed up in whiteface. I would say, I guess that's what they call it. But he's dressed up in this, and he's dressed up as this woman, and he comes out. Now, I didn't know what this was because I don't pay attention to, I guess, the political side of it as far as who he was imitating. So I'm speaking from that point, and I had no clue who he was imitating at all, right? So I'm looking at it, and I'm like, man, this motherfucker look like a crazy ass, like a white lady in a scary movie, like, you know, coming out with the fireworks and coming and dancing. It was funny for a second, but I just didn't get it after a while. Like, it was like, all right, you making the weird faces and doing all this with the eyes and this, that, and the third. I did not understand who it was or nothing, right? So, I mean, I gave it like 15, 20 seconds of funny. It was like, all right. And then I just moved on to the next. I didn't think about it. So as the days go on, I guess people really, you know, compared it to who this person was. So it was this Erica Kirk person. I never seen this person a day in my life. I don't know who this person was, nothing. So I do my research. I look, I was like, oh. So I see him, and I see the skit, and I see the comparison. And I was like, I gave a little chuckle. I'm like, oh, that's funny. You know what I'm saying? Especially like the context behind the eyes and how he was looking and the stuff he was saying. It was like, oh, when you watch the videos and you look at it, he's like, oh. I think it was okay funny. I think it got more attention because of who he was, like, you know, imitating and how it was. It was decent funny, but it was kind of like, all right, it wasn't as funny as the Mega Church skit. But I think he's probably the funniest, you know, person in the skit business. You know what I'm saying? And I just think this is one of those ones that's like hit or miss. Like, it was like, but it gets the attention because of who it is now. Now I get it. It's because of who the person is, of why it got so much attention. Because if it wasn't the person it was, then I don't think it would do like as many views as it did. It was just like a regular funny haha, and then it was over with. So I think the world was in outrage, and now people talking about retaliating and like blackface and whiteface and this, that, and the third. But because of the political background behind it, and I see why, like, it got so much attention. But Drewski, if I had to grade the skit, my man's, I'm giving it a smooth C plus B minus range right there. Like, it was cool. It was but it wasn't like, you know what I mean? Don't oversaturate yourself with whatever you doing, my guy. You feel me? Like, keep it cool, keep it funny, but like get back to the regular shit. If you going the political route and doing all that liberal shit, then or whatever they call it, I don't even want to miss. But if you doing all that, I'm cool. Probably won't get no views from me, but you know what I'm saying? Keep it cool, keep it funny. But like shorten it, I guess, in that sense, because that was a long one, and I had to go back to get the funny. You feel me? When you gotta do your research to get the funny, I'm cool. Speaking of funny, speaking of things that just happened, we all know that, you know, a few years back we had COVID, and then they started creating this thing called Versus. Well, we had another versus. We had a Tank and Tyrese versus. So, with that being said, Tank and Tyrese was, you know, battling. You know, we all know it's 20 songs, whatever songs you got, you bring to the thing. So me and my wife sat up. We cooked food, and we sat the phone up, you know, had our beverage of choice, and we ate, and we watched this versus. It was absolutely entertaining. It was a very entertaining versus. It was very, very funny. Me and my wife both had Tank mopping the floor with Tyrese, because Tank, he's a R&B source. Like you know what I mean? He's a historian in that joint, and he can sing very, very good. And we all know, especially in the black culture, like we all got a little bit of church somewhere down through our bones, where sitting in the pews listening to them people sing and elongate the words and harmonize and play all the instruments, and then you turn it into a funny because we all sat in the church way too long, and we all been there. I mean, that's a good childhood to me right there. You know what I mean? Sitting in the church pew, you know what I'm saying, while your people up there, and then somebody can play the drums, somebody can play the piano, but somebody's still out in the streets, and somebody got a little soul, and somebody got a little hood, and somebody got a little bit of, and then it turned into a little funny. That's kind of what happened with the Tank and Tyrese situation. My man Tyrese, he got some joints. He do got some joints. But his vocals and how he sing, you can tell he don't perform like Tank. So his joint was just like, it was choppy, it was in and out. He wasn't singing all the songs. He stopped singing songs, the songs that was hits, like Sweet Lady, and with the Stay and Zodiac Sign and Act Like That, and all the joints and all that he could have been singing and really repping for himself. He was just playing around with. He brought Chingy out there. It was very entertaining. He wasn't singing. He was messing up notes. It was funny. He was trying to get his get back on notes. People was getting cut off. Tank, on the other hand, mopped the floor with him. Was on point, singing everything. He brought out his guests. A lot of people ain't talking about the guests that he brought out, but I am. I'm gonna talk about them because all of them were terrible. All of them that he brought out were terrible. He brought out. They sung Pleasure Peace song, and when they sung Pleasure Peace song, because Versus is your songs and all songs that you've been a part of and created and all that shit, right? He brought out this dude. I don't know if he was Valentine's brother, cousin, or whatever, but he brought out this nigga that was like the drunk uncle that used to be cool, that could sing back in the day, like looked like Al B. Sure, probably like used to sing on the corner in cold weather with a barrel that had a fire lit in it. He was good back then. Like he was good back then. Like when they still had high school talent shows and you can get signed from them, that's when he was good. But he brought that boy out there, and it looked like he was a little bit intoxicated. He was intoxicated. He had a little something in his cup. Feel me? He came out there and was trying to hit notes, but was missing notes, and then tried to pull it together. And then Tank wanted to stop him, but he couldn't because I think he was the OG. And this was his moment. This was his time to shine. Needless to say, they should have wrapped him up. Sandman should have pulled him. He didn't rub the log before he went out there. Pause. Like he ain't, he didn't rub that when he went out there. Pause. Like he tried to bring it back. Then Tank ended up bringing out LaToya Luckett. Yeah, Tank. She could sing, but you could have kept her. Could have kept her and that outfit and that hair right where she was at. Because number one, not only did I not care for whatever song that was, I didn't know whatever song that was. So maybe I'm the guy that doesn't know what. But LaToya, yeah, you could have stayed where you was at. And she was like trying to talk shit and sing like, girl, sit down. Sit your ass down. But he brought out, Trey Songz brought himself out. Because I don't know what the fuck Trey Songz ain't been able to sing. To me, he ain't been able to sing for some time. But I think he got bigger problems on his hand. Anyway, he came out and sounded a complete mess. Dressed, first of all, when you think R&B, and I'm just keeping it real. when you think R&B, you thinking soft, you thinking light, dim light, slow music, girl, kissing, hugging, touching, soft. Like that's what you thinking. You're thinking that. You thinking warm embrace. You thinking, smelling good, showered, little drink, nothing too crazy, no razzle dazzle, like nothing. We just chilling. No arguments, no fighting. No, there's just a lot of hugging, touching, kissing, reminiscing, rubbing, cocoa butter, and you know what I mean? Just chilling, good oils, good smells in the room, soft music. That's what you thinking on R&B. Trey Songz, why the fuck you come out dressed like you got that, like you got a 8-ball on you, ready to you came here to see if anybody needed a bump. Hey, anybody need what I'm in the back. You came with it like you had it right here. Why? You rich R&B people or entertainers, you make it hard for people out here that's living by regular, just living regular everyday life. Because you niggas come dressed like bums and you say you can do that because of your stardom. But your IQ on events is dumb. You knew what you was coming into. Why didn't you could have had a little smooth black on black, like a smooth little, you feel me? You could have came out there, you came out there dressed like you had it on you and you had it on you. Boy, and then you sounded like you had it in you. Pause. You sound like you was sampling your own product. I don't know what you was doing. Tank, you killed it. Your people that you brought out there, they didn't. If you lost anything, you lost the feature battle. You lost the feature battle. The feature battle, boo. It was very, you could have kept them people, you could have kept them right where they were. You could have kept them, yeah. But overall, it was very entertaining. Tyrese, he left, he came back. They tried to say, he was basically admitting that it was over and was trying to be funny about it. They was throwing shots at each other. Tyrese was trying to get his album sold to go get the vinyls that he said he wasn't restocking. But Tank came back and said, y'all please go buy this man's album for these false allegations about what he not restocking. Nobody even bought him yet. So it was just funny. They was going back and forth, and then the classic moment, Tyrese kept changing turtlenecks or had a turtleneck, and then they made a church song out of him and the turtleneck. And it was funny because it was on the spot. This shit was live, and they did this on the spot and had a whole thing about a turtleneck. It was very, very funny, very, very classic, very, very funny. And I think it made a viral moment even more crazier. And then the interviews after and all of that good stuff. But Tank definitely wiped the floor with him. It's very good. Tyrese ain't take it as serious, and some people was upset. And as far as entertainment wise, he got the money, but as far as performance wise, nah. If you haven't seen it, probably on YouTube, go look it up. It's very, very funny. Very, very funny. Very, very funny. Moving on from Tank and all that funny stuff, I want to go to another interview. And so, not even another interview, just a quick topic about J. Cole. I brought up the Jay-Z battle, and I brought up Kendrick and them, and they was going back and forth. So now the stories is unveiling about what happened with those three and this, that, and the third. Now they was all supposed to be on this song and this, that, and the third, and then Kendrick really didn't like Drake, and J. Cole, Kendrick, and Drake is all like friends, right? So J. Cole knew that Kendrick didn't fuck with Drake and all of that stuff. But J. Cole's been doing his interviews, and in his interviews, he saying it, but he ain't saying it because he trying to seem like he's still the good guy. he trying to make it seem like he's the person that's like, all right, yeah, I'm cool. Like, I don't like both sides of the fence ass niggas. Like, fuck your craft. Fuck the craft. I don't like both sides of the fence ass niggas. Either you this or you that. Like, I can, and I gotta respect you for that decision. Like, I'll respect it more. Like, if you're gonna be an asshole all the time. If you're gonna be cool, just be cool. Like, your coolness is gonna get you to, you know what I mean? And your assholeness is gonna get you, you know what I'm saying? So, like it was like me, like when I was in the military, we used to have, you know, rankings and all that shit. So you would know who got the job if y'all was in the same thing because we all work close together. But if you came in and you was an asshole, just be an asshole. Don't try to be the asshole that try to be cool to turn around and be an asshole. Like, just be the asshole. You gonna do whatever you're gonna do. Niggas ain't gonna fuck with you either way it go. J. Cole is like that to me. Like, he like the niggas that was in the military. Like, he like that to me. Like, niggas in the military used to be like they act like they was cool, but really and truly they was like trying to just make rank. So they was trying to like tell on nigga and do all types of stuff like that. But they really felt like this about, like, they really was like this. Like, I want to be this. I don't really care for it, but I'm cool. Like, that's how J. Cole remind me. Like, I don't want to say the wrong thing. I felt like this, but I came back and later I felt like, no, I shouldn't be doing that. Like, this, that, and third. No, like, if it's fuck you, fuck you. Don't have me saying that and then you turn around and be like, nah, man, I was just playing. Nah, nigga, because at that moment you could be on that. In all his interviews and everything he been saying and everything he been just doing, like, he just always a play it safe ass nigga. Like, I'm not saying you gotta go out and start confrontation and beef and do all that, but you a play it safe ass nigga. Like, if you like that, then don't say nothing at all. Don't say nothing at all. J. Cole's been very long-winded about a bunch of nothing. He been doing all these interviews and he ain't said shit in none of the fucking interviews. None of them. He ain't said nothing. He just a bunch of word salad, a bunch of shit. Oh yeah, man, dodging the question, this, that. Man, if you don't want to talk about it, then shut the fuck up. He makes me so angry with that wishy-washy bullshit that he be doing. Like, if you say fuck that nigga, and then go on about it, ain't nobody gonna do nothing to you. It's plenty of people that's probably like, man, fuck J. Cole. I'm not saying fuck J. Cole. I'm just saying, like, if you saying that him and Cam situation, if you knew you was gonna do the verse, then get on the phone, tell nigga, hey man, when I get over that way, I'm gonna do the interview when I get over that way. When I'm on my interview run, I got you. I'm on the line. Stop avoiding the nigga and then try to make it something. You knew that you owed down that favor. You knew it. He gave you the song, even though you put him on it. Y'all both gonna eat. It's the same way because you don't got no show. You don't have anything like that. You a rapper. You rap. So you used his beat or whatever, and he got on there. Y'all did that. Now the exchanges, he's in the podcast, entertainment, news, TV show type lane. Motherfucker, you owe down. You owe down. You got to do it. He gonna make money off of it. You gonna make money off of it. It's cool. That wishy-washy shit, I don't like all that. J. Cole, stop doing that. Do your interview, like what you like what you don't like. Don't give no reasons why you don't like ketchup. Besides I'm allergic or I just don't like the taste of ketchup. But don't be like, yeah, but like some days I feel bad when niggas that I don't like ketchup, that I invite niggas over that do like ketchup, and I make fries and I give them ketchup so I can be in the presence of ketchup. Nigga, shut up. You don't like it. Nigga, move the fuck on. Nigga. Niggas be pissing me off with that shit sometimes. And he one of them. Like, he just do that. Like he said some shit. He was on Mellow Podcast and they said a verse of his. I think it was Mellow Podcast. They said a verse of his where he said something about Shane Battier, and that nigga gonna say, "Oh man, yeah. Ever since I said that, I've been trying to get a hold of Shane Battier." No, the fuck you haven't, nigga. You ain't been looking for no fucking Shane Battier so you can apologize about saying that line to him. Nick, you said the line. You didn't plan on running into Shane Battier so you can apologize for the lyric that you said. Then motherfucker, don't say it. Don't say the fucking lyric. Man, I'm so glad you ain't nobody in 20 years asked you about a motherfucking Shane Battier line. I'm pretty sure you ain't been looking for Shane Battier, my nigga. Stop it. That's that play it safe shit. Like, you ain't been looking for Shane Battier, motherfucker. Ugh, I just hate when motherfuckers do that shit. Oh, I was just looking for it. Anyway. So off the interview shit, off all that, lately I've been looking at the NBA because the NBA season is almost over. The playoffs about to start. So we looking at the rankings. Like I said, y'all know I've been riding with the Lakers from jump. You feel me? From jump. Just because of Bron and Bronny and that whole thing over there. But anyway, so as I'm looking at the games, the Lakers have been in the third spot. We last year on Gil's Arena, Rashad and them had them niggas playing in the play-in. Rashad, a few other motherfuckers had them playing just in the play-in. They wasn't going to be this, they wasn't going to be that. But they actually doing good, they playing. That's not the whole thing. The whole identity of the NBA is the whole league is shitty, but we got good teams out of the shittiness, right? So as you look at all these teams and all these people that's playing, it's a few things that stand out. The Lakers is one thing that do stand out. Another thing that stands out is the Houston Rockets, and the Houston Rockets being sorry. They aren't as good as I thought they would be as far as being a top tier team in the West. I just feel kind of weird about them, but we have to see. I've been watching a lot of basketball on them, and they just don't feel like they all the way popping, but I don't want to count them out with Sengun, with Kevin Durant, and with the Thompson kid. Like, they can play ball, but I just think they got to buy in. And if you buy in at the right time, you can win a few games. But I still see them on an early exit compared to the West, because you got OKC and then you got San Antonio. And I still have to see what Wemby's like in a 7-game series, because if a nigga out here begging for MVP, I would hate to see what he going to, like, you out here begging for MVP. Wemby is begging for like a chance to be put in the MVP vote. Like, no, that's another thing about validation. If you put the work in, everybody else that the powers to be is gonna see. So just chill with that, because you haven't played one fucking playoff game. I haven't seen you in a serious situation. I don't know what you look like with crunch time. I mean, the athleticism and all that shit, it's other motherfuckers that's doing the same shit. The Johnson kid from Atlanta is doing some Wemby shit. You feel me? Like, it's other shit that's going on, but I haven't seen you niggas in pressure situations to be like, oh yeah, San Antonio, y'all just look like a good team, but can y'all beat the same team in 7 times? You know what I mean? Can y'all do that if y'all match up with this? Like, same thing with OKC. OKC proven, but OKC, like, they struggle with certain teams. They struggle with certain shit. They struggle, as everybody do. So I'm not writing it. That's why I say the league is shitty. You know what I'm saying? Shitty good. Because you got teams like the Hornets that motherfuckers is talking about making push. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, oh, they making a push. You got Philly, who was supposed to be a top team. They fighting to play to not be in the play-in. Like, and then you got teams like Memphis and Chicago. They tanking for sure, but they still playing good ball. They still got good pieces, still good hustle going on. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody ain't doing what, like, it's just the league shitty good. It's so crazy. It is so crazy. So the playoffs is getting ready to start, and I would like to see who's gonna do what in which way, shape, or form, because you got teams like Boston, for say. With Boston, you got Jason Tatum, you got Jaylen Brown. I say Jason Tatum hurt Jaylen Brown's MVP year. He should be the leading person in MVP votes to me, because the Celtics were not expected to be where they are at all. SGA, of course, but as far as, to me, a MVP, I always look at the underdog situation. not just your stats and all that shit, but what's your story? What are you doing? And for me, Jaylen Brown over Shea, Joker, Wemby, and that's it. He would be in there, and then my top two should be Cade Cunningham and Jaylen Brown. But Jason Tatum hurt Jaylen Brown's MVP season because of certain comebacks and little shit like that. You know what I mean? Not on his. He didn't mean to, but that's just what it is. Points, assists, rebound, carrying a team. Now with you coming back, now it's like, all right, Jason Tatum back, they comfortable. Jaylen Brown can. So that's what I mean by hurt his MVP season. He's still hooping, still doing his thing, but that's what I mean by hurt his MVP season. Also, like I said about the Lakers is firing on all cylinders. They cry too much still for me. Luka hold the ball too much for me. But in half court settings, I can see that in the playoffs, in certain matchups, and especially playing teams that's not gelling it right. If they get Aiden on board, he could be a decent center and play in a dominant role, but you will struggle with people like Wemby, Sengun, teams that got decent centers. You will probably struggle, but the Lakers are making a crazy run. They won a lot. Luka is just looking like he can score whatever he want, whenever he want. Bron playing the right role. Everybody on the team is playing as one, so they got the rest of the guys playing like fourth options, and that's cool. If you got that, then you can probably move around and do something. In the East, I'm sorry that Cade Cunningham got hurt. New York looking shaky as fuck, but I still got Boston probably running away with that if Cade Cunningham don't come back. So the Knicks is still looking, but we'll see. They do got a good matchup coming up. I wouldn't say they play the Thunder, I think. So we'll see how that fares out, and then in the West. But the NBA is looking like it's gonna be an entertaining playoffs. So I'm not just gonna be stuck to watching one thing. I really like to see where some of these people end up. I really want to see the pressure put on Wemby. I'm not all the way sold on him, so I want to see the pressure put on Wemby. I want to see what the Lakers and Bron them gonna do and how far they can get. But other than that, man, the league is decent. They wrapping everything up. The playoffs start like April, like in another like 3 weeks. So they got about 8-9 games left. So we'll see where that transpires. I'm really pushing for Cade and Jaylen Brown for the MVP. But it's looking like Shea may have that wrapped up. So we'll see. It's gonna be some very entertaining basketball. But we'll see how that goes. In the end, I don't know how, but I guess we'll see. But I'll be down to watch. Other than that, man, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. And let's see what we can muster up, man. Let's see what music came out. Let me go with this, man. I'm gonna go with the oldie but a goodie, man. A oldie but a goodie, man. I'm gonna take y'all out of here, man. It's Mac Daddy, man. It's a good show, man. We're gonna go ahead, man, get out of here with some Cut Close, man. Surrender.
Drop it on